What does it mean to be an artist?
Artist, a person who creates works of art, especially paintings and drawings.
These definitions feel a little bit like putting a human-shaped peg in a square-shaped hole. We all recognise that art is subjective. Opinions clash, and what one person may celebrate, another will ridicule. It's exactly that diversity of appreciation that makes art so beautiful. It stems from our unique experiences, values and desires, coming together to create a vast tapestry of styles, methods and ideas. Sometimes though, that same recognition of subjectivity fades when it comes to labelling someone as an artist. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide what you value and who you consider to be an artist. And as you evolve, so too will your criteria for what it means to be an artist. I'd argue that the title artist is a celebration of a person's approach to life, not necessarily what they create, but how they live, which means that anybody, whether it's the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, and yes, you, can all be artists. So where to begin? Well, I think Socrates said it best: know thyself. Another mere suggestion that we don't know ourselves might sound a little insulting. How dare I suggest such a thing? You might argue, if I don't know myself, well then, who does? And whilst it's true that nobody will know you like you know yourself, let's consider this another way. If I was to ask how often you check in the mirror, you might say every day or multiple times a day. But in that same vein, if I was to ask how often you reflect on your values and your goals, well, the answer might just change a little bit. A routine check can go a long way, like checking the mirror before you leave every day. Well, maybe once a month, you can check your habits and your goals, and just to ensure you're working in the right direction and everything is still serving a purpose. Building an understanding of who you are and what you're working towards, well, acts as a compass, ensuring you're traveling in the right direction and makes you less vulnerable to outside influence.
My whole life I felt like a stepchild in school, at home, and especially in music and rap. Like 7th grade, I got in a fight with some guy because he said, "You don't belong on the basketball court," which he was right, I'm trash. 8th grade, I tried out for drama club. I got in and got kicked out within an hour because she said I was too hyper. 9th grade, they wouldn't let me join band class because I couldn't read music. But I still had the passion, and I'm on 2 instruments now, picking up a 3rd. But when all that happened, I said, fuck them. I didn't let none of that shit stop me from doing anything that I wanted to do.
And remember, don't take it so seriously. You learn the most about yourself from exploring and playing without any expectations.
Some people say we're born with a purpose. Others suggest we define our own. Either way, we still have to go out and find it.
Appreciating like the way I think and the way I feel, and having, letting that have some value and worth, and depending on that. So you know what, if everybody else is, what is it, the 4 or 5, y'all got like 29 million highways out here.
Yes sir.
Right, take a different route. If y'all got traffic there, isn't that what you guys do? You get off on the next exit and you go somewhere else. You rather sit in the traffic with a stoplight than to be on the 405 trapped. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I think that like individuality is a wonderful thing. It's the reason why Drake is so good. It's the reason why Lord is so good. It's the reason why, the West Coast on Tyler the Creator and Our Future and Kendrick Lamar, like these are all, like none of those guys sound alike, yet and still they're all out at the same time,
right,
doing their prospective things, right? So it's betting on yourself and betting on your difference.
Having a clear end goal is needed. However, there are so many roads that can lead you there. Find which one works for you. Letting go of preconceived ideas that stem from other places or trying to fulfill expectations from others. You strip away all of that and allow yourself to try things with no expectations and just see if it sparks something within you. Stripping away biases and just allowing yourself to explore the possibilities can help you unlock your creativity. If you remain faithful to experimentation, it allows you to see the full potential of an idea. Some ideas will not be as great as you thought, Others might be so much greater than you could have ever expected.
You'll definitely learn through you'll learn both through successful and failed experiments. Like each one will get you closer to where you're going. And it's impossible to know until you try as many things as you can try, and you'll be surprised. And you'll say, oh, these 3 things are all kind of good. I've never done them these way before. Or the old way is still the best, or you won't know. There's no way to know. And you also find out what's most fun, like what part of the discovery process is most exciting to you. And that might work its way into it sounding a particular way. If you're engaging in it in a way that sparks something new in you out of the excitement of the way that it's happening.
When you explore and find what works for you, you can begin expressing yourself more authentically.
Individualism is important. That's why you guys who you guys are. That's why fucking, Kanye West is who he is. That's why fucking Jay Dilla, the fucking beat king of all time, is the way he is. And Timbaland is the way he is, and Dr. Dre is the way he is because cool is something you can't teach nobody. That's something you're just born with.
This is the one that people struggle the most with. They try and make everything unique to everyone else. There is value in aiming to be unique, but if you're authentic, then it will come a little more naturally to you. Individuality is about celebrating the way you think, the things you obsess over that nobody else would even pay attention to. You don't need to reverse engineer it, you just have to put yourself into the work.
Find something that you love to do. Something that you would do for free just because you were happy to be there. Like you'd be happy to be an intern, right? Yeah. 1. Number 2, try to find like a vocation connected to it. Do whatever it takes. Find a vocation that is connected to something that you love so much that you would show up for free, right? So those are 2 things. Number 3, if you can find a way to service humanity as well with that job, well, now you have a dream job that you wake up every day and feel like you get paid for free. And you are also contributing to karma, good karma or goodwill. Like that's the reason why you start a business if you're going to start one.
Ikigai can be translated into a reason to live. It is the idea of a life driven by purpose. When you begin developing a clear idea of who you are and what you want from know thyself, and learning your strengths and weaknesses from the exploration, you can begin to answer the 4 fundamental questions of Ikigai. What comes next is setting your goals. Remember to write them down. When Kyrie Irving was about 9 years old, he went on a field trip to the Continental Airlines Arena in New Jersey. Feeling a sense of awe and inspiration, Kyrie went home and wrote on a piece of desk, "I am going to the NBA, I promise." But of course remember, knowing your goals is one thing, achieving it is another.
Dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. Goals on the road to achievement cannot be achieved without discipline and consistency. I pray that you all put your shoes way under the bed at night so that you got to get on your knees in the morning.
The difference between achieving your goal and falling short isn't about focusing on the goal itself. It's about putting in place the correct process. The more consistently you do the actions that serve you in achieving your goals, the more likely you achieve it. It's important to be process-driven rather than results-driven. But ultimately, if you want to unlock yourself, figure out the behaviors you need to pick up, and then use the 4 laws mentioned in James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, the 4 laws of behavior change. These 4 laws provide a framework for building good habits and breaking bad ones. To build good habits, you should make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. If you want to break a bad habit, you just do the inversion of the 4 laws. You make it invisible, you make it unattractive, you make it difficult, and make it unsatisfying, understanding that they all lead into one another and build off of each other. If you decide you want to read a book every night before bed, you can start in the morning by placing a book on your pillow after you make your bed. That way, when you get to bed at night, your book is there, waiting for you in your pillow. This is an example of rules 1 and 3, making it obvious and making it easy. Remaining consistent will ensure you can maximize your potential of reaching your goals.
You just eliminate all external distractions, that's what's going on, and just focus on the process itself and enjoying it every single day. Chopping wood, carrying water. Greatness is not meant for a few chosen people. It's meant for those who persistently pursue their dreams every day and make that choice when they wake up.
To become an artist, you don't stop at knowing thyself. You must be thyself.